As INEC released dates for 2019 elections, the pressure of effective distribution of voter cards and continuous voter registration mounts as millions of the PVCs remain uncollected. The burden of cleaning up the voter register now stares the Commission in the face. And today, the Senate read a letter for the nomination of 27 resident electoral commissioners for INEC from the presidency. 33 openings, 27 nominations, and letters signed by the acting president, even when the president is back into the country. We'll unravel that mystery on the program, and that's our focus. Thank you for staying with us, everyone. Let's now tell you, we can inform you that the ruling All Progressives Congress, the APC, and the National Working Committee of the party is currently meeting with the caucus of the House of Representatives at the National Assembly as we speak. We do not know the details of what they will be discussing at that meeting, but we will get it to you as soon as we get them. The information is that the National Working Committee of the APC, led by the party's national chairman, Dr. John Oyegun, is meeting with the caucus of the House of Representatives of the APC right about now. We'll get to you details of that meeting as we get them. Let's commence the business of the day, shall we? And the preparations for the 2019 elections. A major factor in all of these preparations is a key instrument for any would-be voter, the permanent voter card. You can remember in 2015, the usual and the very popular saying is that no PVC, no voting. Let me quickly show you the state of collection of the PVC as at 2015. And this is how it looks. The registered voters at that time, 68 million voters, and the total number of cards collected, 56 million. That's 56,431,255 voter cards, to the percentage of 81.98. That's how it is as of 2015. What is the difference? We will get to hear that on the program tonight. The Commission is seeking ways to perfect the distribution of the remaining cards, which we understand is still well over 7 million. Another headache that is in the corner for INEC, in the wings, is the continuous voter registration. Let's begin the conversation right now. INEC Chairman's Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Rotimi Oyekomi, joins us from our Abuja studio, as well as Esther Uzoma, agenda activist and a member of the election situation room, also joins us from our Abuja studio. Many thanks for joining us on the program. Let me begin with you, Rotimi. As we have it right now, we know that the Commission has been meeting with a lot of stakeholders, from media to CSOs to political parties, on the issue of permanent voter card and the continuous voter registration. Where are we? Because a lot of people will believe that why will INEC want to make voter registration a seasonal agenda or a seasonal affair?
Thank you very much, Seun. The continuous voter registration exercise is scheduled to take off next month in April and will remain a continuous affair. That's the plan. And just like you rightly asserted, we have about 70 million registered voters as at 2015. I'm sure that before we get to 2019, more people will be registered. But between 2015 and now, about 798,000 PVCs have been collected, although we still have over 7 million uncollected. And with the plans we have towards 2019, we are going to embark on enlightenment. We are going to ask people to come and collect their PVCs. I'm sure that a lot of PVCs will be collected before then.
Okay, because, I mean, at several fora, when we talk with INEC, we've advised INEC about the continuous voter registration. Maybe I should throw this question to Esther Ozoma. At the moment, what do you think may be a major challenge for INEC, considering what happened in 2015, when a few weeks to election or days to election, people were still complaining about collection of permanent voter cards? What could be the best way to go about this PVC distribution?
Well, first of all, this present INEC, with the coming of the chairman, had a barrage of elections to conduct. These were fallouts of the previous, elections. So they were inundated with so many elections to conduct by reason of court-ordered by-elections and all that. Having said that, the singular most critical factor that has, keeps reoccurring in relation to non-collection of PVCs is sometimes the lethargy of the electorate. You see, they will wait until the last minute, to get to start making moves to collect their PVCs. And then some persons who have also changed location, they always wait for the last minute. And that is why we, at the level of Nigerian civil society in a situation room, we keep hammering that it is the involvement of every citizen. It is our involvement that will make our democracy robust. We cannot, what does it take? Imagine that our PVCs, is money, say, like MMM or Bet Niger. Do you know how people will rush to go and collect? But let me go. It is that lethargy, voter lethargy. They are not scared. Nobody considered it so important. It is their election. That is part of the reason. However, this present INEC has devised a means. Come April, it will be all year round, so that nobody will say, there will be no excuses. So these are some of the strategies that they have put in place. But if we, the Nigerian people, are not involved in the process, it will still be the same story.
A big concern will be in other climes, for example, in neighboring West African countries, and even in the United States, where we want to most of the times make a copy of their style of democracy and election process. There are no such things as permanent voter cards. They could use stuff as simple as a national ID. Which will make it easy for anyone whose name is on the voter register to walk up to the voting point on election day to go and vote. Is INEC Rotimi looking into breaking it down, making it simpler for every voter in that sense?
Well, thank you very much. As it stands at the moment, we only recognize the PVCs, and we require people to register. The law says that you can only vote where you're registered, and when we open the portal, come April, we are going to encourage everybody, including those who just turned 18, to register. Well, if the Electoral Act is amended tomorrow, asking INEC to accept driving licenses or national ID cards, all well and good. But, these things are they are legal processes. And you cannot change the process without actually having the thing properly amended by the National Assembly.
Because a major issue was the logistics in the distribution at that time. Another major one was the issue of printing. We understand that the permanent voter cards were not even printed in Nigeria. Recently, we understand that INEC is considering printing some of the materials to be used for election in Nigeria. How far has the Commission gone in looking inwards such that the issuance, the printing, and the manufacturing of some of these materials will be locally done?
Well, I'm certain that at the management level they are looking at all options, and I'm sure they will come up with something unique. But I can assure you that with what we are planning now, one of the problems INEC faced was that some people wanted to collect by proxy. Somebody turns up at the local government and says, I want to collect from my junior brother, my junior sister, my father, my mother, and our guidelines do not allow for collection by proxy. So that's one issue. Another issue is that, proper identification. You can go and say you are the owner of this PVC, but we have to be able to identify you. And sometimes the photograph that is on the PVC may not correspond with the one you have. But, well, that's even another issue entirely. But like you rightly observed, we are starting in April. And it will be a continuous thing, right to the local government level. So we are putting heads together now to make sure that these things are done in a very fast manner. Remember, when we started this, the run elections and the by-elections, there was this innovation we introduced. You do your accreditation and you vote at the same time. And that saves time. Before you accredit, you go and come back. But now you do the two simultaneously. And the same way, we are looking at how to, simplify this issue so that it's something you can just easily go, we capture your data, and within a short time, you pick up your card.